What's up, buttercups, beautiful ladies? Have you been called to this channel? That's because you know me personally and you have a woman's wellness workbook, either in the book, physical form, or an ebook, which you can purchase through my website. And so, this is a channel where we manifest our dreams into reality. Yeah, not that easy, right? First, we have to connect the mind, body, and spirit so that we can manifest. And so in this channel, we work with the spirit. So I help you get in tune with your spirit. Your spirit is your emotions that block you from being able to turn those dreams and your desires into reality. So a lot of us, just human beings, not just women, human beings, we go through trauma, and we really aren't taught emotions and how to process emotions and how to overcome emotions. And so what we do is we go to our religious beliefs, our churches, looking for answers in times of trials, troubles, and tribulations. What I teach you is how to identify the emotions, the triggers, how to identify where that trigger is stemmed from, because a lot of times we'll take it on our partner, on our family members, and what's here now in the moment. And most times these are patterns and emotions that we're feeling in the subconscious due to past traumas. And it could be a trauma as simple as, or not simple, but like I know somebody who's had abandonment issues. You see this person, they seem very loud and very confident and outgoing, but when it comes, they still seem to have a habit or a pattern that is sabotaging their dreams and desires for love, because they have this fear in the background of abandonment. So the way they react is in panic, and in like in ways where that distorts or disrupts the path, the alignment, the emotional alignment to obtain what he really wants. And so this is just an example of one person who they look physically they look healthy and happy, emotionally or not emotionally, intellectually, I guess, they sound, but subconsciously the way they react, there's a misconnect between mind, body, spirit, because the emotion, the spirit, is coming from a foundation of fear. It's fear based. And so as a spiritual, emotional wellness and life coach, I like to talk about spirituality, but it's not a religion. It's not a religion. I do believe in a God and a devil, and to me, it's all just energy. And so, God is the energy of love, trust, faith, truth, abundance. The devil is the dark energy of fear, lies, resentment, um, what are some of discomfort, uh, depression, anxiety. All of those are lower vibrations that are the energy of the devil. When you have greed, lies, fear, anger, resentment. And so I help you identify your emotional energy center. So this is your chakras. Your emotional energy center is your chakras. It's also correlates with your endocrine system, and your endocrine system is your hormone system. And so if you're like pregnant, you can have, be more like, or that time of the month, you could be like more emotional or more sensitive, but that's because we have a spike in our hormones. But what we're eating can also affect our hormones, that can also come up as a physical or an emotional alarm point, because we don't know how to manage the emotional energy center. which then that stops us from mind, body, spirit. That stops us from doing what the inner child, our spirit, our soul purpose, our true authentic self doesn't come up because we are scared to be seen. We are scared to be heard. We are scared to do all these different we are scared to move forward with a vision or idea based on past traumas. And sometimes it's not even just our traumas, it's based on my mom's traumas or our ancestors' traumas because they were traumatized so much that their way of thinking and acting shifted, and they taught that to you, and perhaps you guys are all the family are act in a certain way, like empathic people or narcissistic families, and because we teach that onto our children. So we are the generational curse breakers. We're going to break those curses by reflecting, by doing your women's wellness workbook, by getting in touch with who you are, your story, where you come from, what are those negative narrative of yourself. Oh, I'm like, for me, I used to be like a drama queen, and I was ugly and the ugly ducky, and like all the negative dialect that you have in yourself and have in your head. And then practicing rebuking those negative, the devil energy, with light, with positive trust, love, faith, because you are the son or daughter of God, and God is going to protect you, and God has the last word. God is going to protect you. So whoever your God is, you're going to stop giving your power away, and you're going to take it back, knowing that God, your dad, your father is rich and powerful, and it's gonna move the mountains for you, and all you gotta do is have faith and trust. So now let's keep moving forward and turning dreams and our goals, our plans into reality. Today I drove down to Miami to drop off a U-Haul at the Rosa de Monte to have my furniture shipped to Puerto Rico because we're building a house in Puerto Rico. This is a dream come true, a dream that I planned for it, but I couldn't see it really happening because my husband, back prior to like 4 years ago, until he started his spiritual journey and awakening, we were just gonna get divorced. And actually around that time is when I started creating this whole business, this wellness business. I had already started my journey into spirituality, and so yeah. So anyways, long story short, that's around the time that I actually really started journaling. So I started journaling, creating a vision board, and then creating not just a vision board, but an action plan to make that dream into reality. And one of the action plans in turning those dreams into reality is being mindful and practicing the law of attraction. What are you thinking in the subconscious? How are you reacting to situations? Is it in alignment to what you want to achieve, your goal? And so I've been able to turn many different I have many different stories of me manifesting things that I just truly never thought that were possible. But I gave myself the opportunity to just dream and desire, and just dream and just write it down and put it there, and then keep working on other aspects of me. So again, I'm Veronica Rosa. I am your emotional wellness and life coach. And today we're going to explore the concept of a healthy woman, of a healthy woman. This program doesn't just help women, it helps everybody in this world because all of us have emotions. But we're gonna start today with us, with the mom, with the woman, um and if you are a mother, then we can then start to extend our teachings to I just saw my light dim over there, and the thing was really weird. I don't know why the light dimmed. There's nobody here. But anyways, um once we get in alignment with ourselves, this same book will help your kids. It'll help boys, men, as long as they're willing and willing to work on themselves, to be able to um admit the truth and act accordingly, because it's very hard to look in the mirror and admit the truth and act accordingly, but important to it's very important as we it's very important in order to be able to change those habits that are no longer serving us. We have to be able to admit the truth and have the will to try something different so that it can stop that discord into mind, body, spirit, and it can make a connection where we are truly believing in ourselves, loving ourselves, and being able to manifest things that we never thought that were possible. So, the idea of what it means to be a healthy woman can vary greatly from person to person. So, it's often includes your physical health, your mental, and your emotional well-being. So, mind, body, spirit, right? But our definition can be influenced by societal ideas, personal experiences, and just any other community groups that you may be part of, such as religions and so on and so forth. All right, politics and all that. So we can be influenced by all that. And so part of the book, the Women's Wellness Workbook, is helping you identify who are you. What's your truth? What's my truth is not, it works for me, may not work for all. And we're all different. We're all unique. However, we all have emotions. All have emotional blocks. We all have mind, body, spirit. And so let's start by reflecting on your personal definition of a healthy woman. What qualities and characteristics come to mind? So, and there's no right or wrong answer, but go, as we work through your workbook and the program, I'm hoping that then you'll begin to see healthy in a different light. And so get your workbook, get your pen, get your nifty, beautiful pens out, get your crystals as a reminder of your emotional energy center. Get, if you have essential oils, get out your favorite essential oil. This will help, at least lavender will help calm the mind so that we can really just focus in here on what we're working on your Women's Wellness Workbook. If you have your a candle, light a candle. It's a symbol of hope. If you have your favorite essential oil, you could put a drop on your hand and take 3 deep breaths in. This will help trigger the part of your brain that's associated, that's responsible for the part of your brain is the middle part, the fight, flight, and freeze. The front part of your brain is responsible for logic and reason. And so essential oils touch the part of your brain that is connected to your hormones, so it can release hormones within seconds just by breathing in the chemicals. And it'll release hormones to help relax it so that you're not in that fight, flight, and freeze. And now you can relax. And when you relax, it promotes creativity. And so then you can really be able to engage with your writing activities, with your journaling. So get your essential oils. If you have some tea, get your favorite tea, or otherwise drink your water. I'm drinking water today, and I just put a drop of lemon oil, essential oil. Make sure it's grade A if you're consuming. That helps promote to detox, clarity, a fresh mindset. If you have sage, if you got your woman's wellness emotional kit, then you have a sage. I don't know if you still have it available, but also sage helps when you're going through heavy emotional turmoil. So if there's a lot of heavy emotions in the home, you can do a house cleansing, or you can just do one for yourself, and it just helps just kind of like clean the slate. If there is a lot of negative or heavy or even uplifting energy, it just kind of cleans the slate emotionally, so that you can then again relax the mind and get into your creative mind, and we can start our journaling. So let's reflect on your personal definition of a healthy woman. What is your definition of a healthy woman? What qualities and characteristics come to mind? Is it physical fitness, emotional stability, or mental clarity? Or perhaps it's a combination of these. So just take a moment to jot down, or even think about um, your thoughts about in your workbook. What is your definition of a healthy woman? So, so I'm just going to write some good quick notes myself. So for me, physically, I mean, the definition of a healthy woman, I'm just thinking back to um prior to me starting my journey into wellness, which started with a spiritual awakening, my spiritual journey. Um, a healthy woman to me was physically like a healthy woman goes to the gym, they eat salads, and they're skinny and they're physically, fit. To me, that was a definition of healthy woman. Uh, Nowadays, my definition of a healthy woman is not only physically their physical health, it is their mental health. A healthy woman has had an opportunity to me. This is not everybody. So, um, uh, not everybody's, is gonna be the same. But for me, a healthy woman is somebody who's had the finances or the resources, or maybe they don't have the finances, but they've had the resources for education. So their mind, their intellect is advanced. Um, and emotionally, for me, a healthy woman emotionally doesn't doesn't rage out. A healthy woman to me would like be cool, calm, collective, and would be able to like handle um heated conversations in a way that's not aggressive. So that's my personal definition of a healthy woman. And so if you want, you don't also you can comment in the comments your thoughts there. So yeah, again, it's important that we recognize that not everyone's definition will be the same. Everybody will be unique, and it'll be influenced by your own experience, your own values, and where you are at this time, like in life. Here we have the circle of life here. We have all these different areas that make us that make our full circle of life, and there's different times in our lives that we are working on one area more so than another. So like one that you can be more like in your education and school, or you can be more focused on your career, or you could just be, not just, but you could be a homemaker at home. And so there's different areas. This is physically right here though. This is like physically tangible, what we can see the different sectors and areas, our home life, and the different sectors of our life. This is like the physical, but and then emotionally, how do we process each sector in our lives? And so for now, when we think about healthy, we can think about all these different areas as a healthy woman. What does a healthy woman look in each area? Physically, emotionally, socially, in relationships, and so on and so forth. And so there is no right or wrong answer. As I've been actively and consciously working on different areas of my life, my answers have evolved to mind, body, and spirit. And so it may be a little bit more deeper than what you're thinking about, and that's okay. So I just want you to recognize that. And now let's consider the social ideas that often shape our perceptions. The media and culture can sometimes present an ideal image of a healthy woman that is unrealistic and unattainable, especially when it comes to like commercials, commercial ads. And so take some time in your workbook to write down what about this idea, or what about your idea, your definition of a healthy woman isn't realistic. So now let's look at inward and identifying um these unrealistic ideas that can create pressure and lead us into feelings of inadequacy. It's a crucial time to recognize these influences and challenge them. So some ideas that some an idea that would fit this scenario is like, now our I'm 42. So my generation and going forward, it's like the whole idea of a healthy woman being like a married woman at home, having kids, cooking and cleaning, and being submissive to the, or maybe not, maybe I'm going too far though, just being home and being the homemaker for the family. That idea that came from our culture or religion or family tradition, that idea no longer serves us here in United States, because rent is so high that both families or both parties have to work in order to pay the bills. So that is just like a simple um, um, example. So think about yourself and look inward and identify what unrealistic expectations you may have about yourself. Ask yourself, what unrealistic expectations do I have about myself? And recognize these expectations as the first step towards releasing them and embracing a healthier, more balanced view of yourself. So what is this? I mean, sometimes we're like, if we are healthy, I'm have to be on a diet and going to the gym and taking care of the kids and handling the husband and doing, I mean, that just sounds like a superwoman, superpower woman to me. So what are those tasks that you believe that you have to do in order to be a healthy or a good woman. So now let's redefine what it means to be a successful woman in a way that promotes balance and well-being. So how can you redefine a successful woman to help create a better balance in your life? Consider qualities like self-compassion, resilience, the ability to prioritize your own needs. By creating a definition of success that aligns with your values, uh, and promotes balance, you can foster a healthier and more fulfilling life. So, in your Women's Wellness Workbook, how can we redefine the meaning of a successful woman? One way that I was that I read was a one thing that I redefined as being labeled as a successful woman, or I wouldn't even, in the past I wouldn't even use successful or health. I'd use a good, like a good woman and a bad woman. And like if I want to be good, I have to cook, clean, do whatever, be submissive to my husband, do what my mom says, do what my employer says, and so I'm attending to everybody's needs as they want. And is that really healthy and in balance within myself? So think about those tasks, and those ideas that you think that you have to do in order to be a good or a healthy woman. Then how can you redefine that? How can you redefine that healthy woman or a successful woman or a good woman to help create a better balance? So for me, in one of my re- redefining that was being okay with saying no, with setting boundaries. Me, for a woman to say no, it would be a bad, that's like, oh, that's a bad, defiant woman. That's a bad woman. That's an unhealthy woman. That is unsuccessful women. And so I've learned to switch these mindsets. Also, the whole like I have to be home and be a housewife. That's no longer a definition of a good wife. Now it's like a good wife or a successful wife is, or woman is, going out there and having my own job so that we can work together. And so that was a shift that I had to let go. And when it comes to your parents, to your kids, to your friends, to your social, work, what are all these different sectors in your life? How do people shape? How do the authorities in each sector of those? So if you look at your circle of life, how are the authorities in each of those sectors influencing you to do and act, or create, do tasks and react in ways that you think are defining you as a healthy or good or successful woman? And what of those tasks no longer serves you? And how can you redefine being a good woman, that's going to help you create a healthier, balanced life? I hope that makes sense. So this session is a very, it's the intro into the good stuff. Next, tomorrow we're going to talk about healthy, broken, and toxic. And this is, I just wanted to set the stage and have you start thinking about that as you go on through your days and start interacting with different areas, different people in your life. Again, I'm going to pull up here the circle of life. Think about all those different areas in your life, the authority figures in each and area of those lives, and how is it shaping your idea on the quote unquote a healthy woman or a good woman or a successful woman? What are those key aspects, tasks that you find yourself having to do or feel that you have to do in order to have the quote unquote healthy, good, or successful label. And then what no longer serves that truth. And so tomorrow we will start talking about healthy, broken, and toxic. And then then we'll start diving deep on how, because us as women, I think just all of us as human beings, we are kind of born into this world as just we're spiritual beings, real pure, right? But and then with our experiences and our parents' teachings or our caretakers' teachings, and our experiences, we become broken in our spirit, in our belief, like believing, trusting, faith, love, and all that. We become broken through our experience, and then that can lead us to even becoming toxic. And then we can have kids, then we can teach our kids those toxic ways, and then it's like a snowball effect. And so now we've fallen to our ground. The snowball crumbled, and here you are on your spiritual wellness journey. And I'm Veronica Rosa, and I'm helping you get in alignment with your truth. Who are you? Where do you come from? What are your strengths? What are your weakness? What are your triggers? What are your emotional triggers? How do you react? Are those reactions healthy? Is it a broken, or are you acting toxic? And then also too, like, are how those those reactions, how, sometimes, especially men, like in a barber shop, men in a barber shop, they are applauded for acting and talking toxic, like, oh, cheating and that be, and they're like, oh yeah, you're bad, you're awesome, when they are applauded for acting toxic. And those toxic behaviors are not in alignment with their goal of happily ever after soulmate. But because they've been hurt, and the parents have been hurt, the grandparents have been hurt, and they've been taught these toxic behaviors that stem from a survival. It stemmed from a survival mode. But we're no, although you may be still living in survival mode, we need to do a reboot on you, on your emotional energies, and say, okay, it's 2024. Let's do a reboot on your emotions, see where you're being triggered, how you're reacting, and is that emotion and action in alignment with your goals? And if not, now where can we start identifying, where am I reacting broken or toxic, and how can I fix that to be a healthier version of myself? So this lesson was a little boring, I may say, but again, that's for me. It's a kind of a mind boggling. So I want you to kind of just think about all those different areas in your life, and how certain reactions, emotions, and I how do you call it? Like, ideas come, where they stem from, and are they still in alignment with your truth? So as we wrap up, I encourage you to revisit these reflections regularly. Your definition of a healthy, successful woman should always evolve with you as you reflect on your personal growth, and as you start to change your values or get more in alignment with your personal values. So thank you for joining me today as we explored the concept of a healthy woman. I hope that you found this session insightful and empowering. Remember that your journey towards health and success, it's uniquely yours, and embracing your personal definition is a powerful step forward. So again, in our next session tomorrow, we will be exploring the traits of a healthy, broken, and toxic relationship. And so yeah, but at first it's gonna be very first and easy to point fingers and be like, oh, look at how they're acting. Oh, look at how my man is acting. Look at how my kid is acting. Look at how my neighbor is acting. But we're through your woman's wellness workbook, we're gonna reflect and we're gonna take a look at ourselves and see, how do I react and why do I react like that? And if you don't like it, how can I change it to be a healthier, better version of myself? So we again, thank you for joining me on this session. Until next time, stay true to yourself, stay balanced, and keep shining your light. I'm Veronica Rosa, and it's been a pleasure working with you on your woman's wellness journey. And until tomorrow, goodbye. Let's keep turning those dreams into reality. So stay positive. See you tomorrow. Bye.